Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nexiom here, back with another Soldier 76 Helix Jump Tutorial, this time taking a look at the Volskaya Industries map. We'll be going over some key jump locations that will allow you to get up to higher ground in a snap. Don't forget that if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button, or dislike if you prefer, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's pause here for just a second. Before we begin, I want to take a moment to explain how to accomplish the jump. Now, there are 3 parts to it with one additional optional part at the end. Aim down, helix rocket, jump, and an optional sprint while midair. The first part, aim down, essentially means point your gun at your feet. It's good practice to do this as a quick downward aim motion and then flick back up. This is followed up by a helix rocket and jump only milliseconds after to catch the splash damage, which will propel you upward, and then sprint to go further. Now that that's out of the way, let's see it in real time. Continuing on near the all-familiar Defender spawn point, numerous small helix jumps can be made from platform to platform in this area to give Soldier better mobility and higher ground. Jumps like this one at the point can be used to get to any of these 3 platforms I'm showing here. Using slightly elevated objects like crates, boxes, haystacks, or even an urn can help Soldier reach the ledges that are just out of reach normally from the ground. There are often multiple ways to reach a ledge, so stay sharp. Traveling out of the checkpoint area, there are a few convenience jumps ahead. Convenience jumps are simply jumps you can make that are accompanied usually by a only slightly slower way to reach it, like stairs or a ramp. It is often the case that there is little to no reason to use convenience jumps, as you'll rarely be in a super tight situation to warrant taking the damage and putting Helix Rocket on cooldown, but I'm displaying them here to show the extent of the jump possibilities. One particularly important spot that Soldier can use is the roof above the covered area at the first objective. The yellow box up here can provide cover to hide behind, and the space is large enough to move out of line of sight in most cases. It's also possible to jump to the adjacent platform on the side, and then jump back if needed. This is useful seeing as how the normal way up is quite a distance from the roof of the covered area. Making a series of jumps here, I'll show you how to make it to the roof of the building outside the attacker's spawn. There are a few other ways to reach the roof as well, which I'll show later. Since we're in the business of scouting out different ways to make it up to good vantage point areas, another way to reach the roof of the covered area is from the upper walkway at the exit of the first checkpoint. In this case, it's safe to use both helix jump and sprint to get here. The other way to reach the roof I spoke about earlier is from this ledge inside the attacker spawn. Stand on the railing and jump in a more horizontal way than vertical, as you will more times than not hit your head and simply fall to the ground. I have not mentioned that in most cases, jumping to a platform on a relatively similar elevation level will often enable you to jump back to the platform you came from. Keep this in mind when practicing your jumps. Improving Soldier's usefulness, not only can you jump to ledges and platforms, but you can also use Helix Jump to jump over obstacles that might block your path, adding a surprise element to this technique. We're able to use small walls like this one near the attacker spawn, not that it's particularly useful, but a good example of one that's low enough. The last jump, and a lot more useful, is this one in between ledges at the Defender's spawn. You often catch Pharah, Tracer, Genji, or Junkrat using this path to sneak around behind the defending team. Let's add Soldier to that list. If you liked this video, consider hitting that subscribe button. Also catch me live on twitch.tv/Nexiom. That's it for this one, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.